Good Wednesday morning, Houston. I'm KHOU11 meteorologist Kim Castro. We've got some good pockets of heavy rain accumulating this morning. I'm going to show you which areas are getting hit with those heavy downpours. So right now, right along Memorial Drive, Kirby Drive, Inwood, Woodway Drive, along the Beltway and the Loop, we're seeing some moderate to heavy rainfall, widening out the shot all along 290, just west of there where you see the bright red. That's where we're seeing some healthy downpours right now. So Cypress, you're starting to see the first of this heavy batch of rain pushing into your area. You're going to see more of it over the next 30 minutes. Jersey Village, in between a pocket of heavy rain and lighter rain, followed by more moderate downpours here at least through 11 o'clock in the morning. Down to Roslyn, same thing there. Hunters Creek, seeing some pockets of heavy rain. Here's what it's looked like over the last hour. So things have started to progressively get a little worse in terms of how much rain is coming down in the area, but you're not seeing too much lightning, just a few strikes here or there. If I take the shot up north, though, that's where I'm seeing a lot more of that lightning. We're seeing the clash of that sea breeze from the coastline and then the boundary meeting up for Magnolia, for Conroe. That's where we're seeing some thunderstorm activity, pockets of heavy rain, and a little bit of wind out there too. If I make the shot still and count the lightning strikes over the last 10 minutes, we have about 50 of them. Pretty even count for the negative and positive strikes. That means the thunderstorms aren't intensifying or weakening just yet. We are going to see at least a few more hours of the shower activity, so impacting the early afternoon for you as well. But you'll notice they are starting to push out towards the east at a healthy jog. Most of the thunderstorm activity along the I-10 corridor and areas to the north. Shower and thunderstorm activity really decreasing closer towards the coastline. There's a little bit of heavy rain in Katy right now. Baytown to Mont Belvieu seeing some heavy rain too. Anahuac. So clusters of rain that are either light, moderate to heavy. So you're going to see some variation of the rain intensity throughout the morning plans. If you had a lunch meeting, for example, plan on perhaps delaying that a little bit. You're going to have to drive a little slowly as these thunderstorms are going to continue for at least the next few hours. Hunters Creek right now seeing some pockets of heavy rain. Down to Bel Air, it's a bit on the moderate side. I told you that most of the activity is along I-10 and areas to the north, and that is where we have at least a small chance, marginal risk for some street flooding. I think it's mainly going to be some pockets of ponding. An isolated high water spot is possible, but I don't think it's likely. So far, the amount of rain that we've gotten has been pretty manageable. That being said, we are also under a threat level 1 potential for a couple severe storms. I think most of us will get away with just run-of-the-mill thunderstorms today. There have been a few storms that have gotten what's called a special weather statement. It just means that the thunderstorms fall just below severe criteria, but still have some wind potential with them, along with the heavy downpours. So your Wednesday forecast looks like this. For right now, we are under a weather impact alert time frame. So this is going to expire. The remainder of your Wednesday is going to look a lot better. So from now all the way until 2 o'clock is when we have that weather impact alert for you. That just means be a little more vigilant as you're hitting the roads. Check radar before you do so. Have your phone handy, so if we do have any alerts, we could send those straight to your phone, and then you can let your guard down a little bit more as you go throughout the remainder of the afternoon. We're going to stay pretty cloudy, and temperatures are not going to be as warm as they have been the last couple of days. That's all an effect of the rain-cooled air. So look for high temperatures today, right around 80 degrees, maybe we pop up to 81 degrees. Future track radar looks like this. So I told you about those lunchtime plans that they might be impacted. Here's why. We still have the potential to see a cluster of storms at this point pushing south of the loop, getting closer to the southeast side of the Beltway and racing towards Mont Belvieu, towards Galveston, but still significant rainfall there by 2:30. So at this point, the weather impact alert has expired. That's when we'll start to see a good clearing. The majority of the moisture now in Galveston and pushing offshore, and also moving east towards Louisiana. We'll still have a couple remnant showers through the afternoon, but they'll be widely scattered, meaning coverage isn't going to be an issue. You'll just see some isolated pockets of rainfall, but they'll be quick to move in, quick to move out. It's not going to be that big swath of rain that's impacting the majority of us like it is this morning. Now you're looking at a snapshot at 7 o'clock, so still looking at the potential of a couple downpours, especially north of the Beltway, so closer towards the Woodlands. And the remainder of the night looks good from there on out. Now we're taking a look at a snapshot of your Thursday. So noontime, we have a chance for a couple isolated storms, but from here on out, the storm potential is going to start to decrease for the remainder of your work week. So we just have to get through this messy Wednesday. Here's a live look outside. So this is a shot from Hotel Zaza. It looks out towards the Memorial Center. It looks out towards Herman Park. Temperatures right now in the mid 60s for Tomball, a spot that's seeing some heavy downpour, so definitely cooling out the atmosphere there. A couple of lightning strikes reported right there too. Same thing for Conroe. Bush Intercontinental Airport seeing some thunderstorm activity, 74 degrees there, 76 for Galveston. Another live look across the area. Looks like we lost our Katy camera shot, but you'll notice pretty dark, cloudy, gloomy shot for Galveston. The Gulf Freeway, traffic is moving a little bit slower. I could see the headlights reflecting off the wet roads. So it's a messy start to the day, certainly. Galleria looks like we're getting a good break from the shower activity, and we are at the Galleria right now. Our studios are Westheimer and Chimney Rock, so I can look out at the window and either confirm or deny that for you. Looks like right now we just have very, very light rain going on outside. Okay, one more time, here's a look at radar activity right now. So again, quite a bit of lightning, especially the further north that you go right now along 290, Cypress, closer towards the Loop. Seeing a pocket of heavy rain. There's that line of red that gives us rainfall rates of about an inch per hour. If that cell was to sit over us for an hour, it's not going to. And then we also take a look at the rotation detector, because you'll notice here, I'm going to back this up really quick. So you'll notice there's a little bit of broad rotation here. We're not concerned with any couplets spinning or anything like that, but there is one little cell right near Cypress that has a little bit of rotation, so we'll take a look at that. But otherwise, we use this feature, it's called velocity, to check the wind. So right now, wind is pretty light for Hunters Creek, for Janita, for Spring Valley at just 10 miles an hour. About 5 minutes ago, it was 20 to 30. So again, these storms are passing through the area pretty fast. So you will feel impacts, but they're not going to last very long. So just wait it out, and then you can get in your car and go about the rest of your Wednesday plans. Rainfall totals. So here's our neighborhood weather network. We can get down to the street level view. So these are actual gauges in people's houses. So closer towards Tomball, Papago Drive with about 1.25 inches of rainfall, and taking you out towards Cinco Ranch, so along the Katy Freeway, anywhere between 1/4 to 1/2 inch of rainfall so far. This is all very manageable rain. Once we see rainfall rates that exceed 3 inches, that's when we get concerned with high water spots or localized street flooding. But for now, so far, it looks like our rainfall staying anywhere between 1/2 inch to upwards of 2 inches for those localized areas that are getting a lot of rainfall. Okay, today's in red, because again, at least for the first half of the day, we've got an active weather pattern. So try to limit or delay travel at least until 2 p.m. Your high temperatures today will be a little bit cooler because of the rain-cooled air, 82 degrees. A 70% chance. So what you see outside right now, that's what warrants that 70% for today. Tomorrow, we shave it off, about half of that likelihood. I might even scale this back to 30%. It just doesn't look like we're going to see too much activity for the remainder of the work week, and that's because we're rigging out the atmosphere right now. A good chunk of us are seeing the shower activity, and so we are dropping that fuel source for tomorrow. But still, plan on a few widely scattered showers and storms for your Thursday and for your Friday. Temperature-wise, we'll start to warm things up. So 86 degrees for a high temperature on your Thursday, Friday 88. You'll notice the weekend, ooh, it looks really good, and that trend continues into the start of your coming work week. So we take a break from the shower activity, but here's your warning. I'm looking ahead past the 7-day forecast, and we will have the return of more shower activity come the middle of the week. I'm going to give you one last look at radar here to get you going on your Wednesday. In case you're just joining us, we do have an hourly weather impact. So we're not calling the whole day a weather impact alert, but just the first portion of it. So from now until 2 o'clock, be mindful that we do have wet roads out there, pockets of heavy rain, and some areas that are seeing frequent lightning. So lightning spots right now along 290 near Cypress, up 45 in Conroe, and out towards 59, 69. So Cleveland down to Liberty, you're also seeing pockets of heavy rainfall. Focusing in on Memorial and Washington, right now you've transitioned from heavy rain to some moderate rainfall. The pockets of big downpours right now all along 290. So Cypress, Jersey Village, Roslyn, you're seeing some good healthy rain accumulation at the moment. Taking you up near Jersey Village, Deco, Tomball, on and off showers, and either fluctuating between light rain to moderate rain and even some bursts of healthy downpours too, signaled by the bright red spots. Lightning count has dropped a little bit over the last 10 minutes. Now I'm clocking in about 35 lightning strikes for that area. But all in all, these storms are starting to slowly push towards the east and the southeast. Notice if your plans on this Wednesday take you down south along the Gulf Freeway, you're going to have a much smoother ride. The rainfall there is a lot lighter. Now, if you go for the East Tex Freeway or traveling anywhere east of town, you are going to encounter some batches of heavy rainfall. Liberty, Moss Bluff, Mont Bellevue, Baytown, seeing some heavy rain right now too. One more time for the Loop and the Beltway. Downtown right now getting hit with some heavy downpours, but it's very isolated. So all the way down towards Alameda, Brookhaven, that's where we're seeing some pockets of heavy rain, but that'll only last you about, I'd say about 20 minutes or so, and then things lighten up. Just keep in mind that because we have these pockets of heavier rain, there is a potential, it's isolated though, for some localized ponding and some high water spots. And I can't rule out the possibility of a couple of stronger wind gusts with some of these storms, but it's not going to impact you for too much longer. Again, our weather impact time frame for today is from now until 2 o'clock. Things look a lot better by this afternoon.